This short video is about how to set up your Roll20 room for a better game flow. We will quickly go over how to organize your scenes, how to transport players efficiently, and how to structure this entire thing. As an example, I will use both the meat grinder and the meat grinder replenishment missions. Let's start with setting up your room. First, please use folders. Trust me, you will love it. I did experiment a bit back in the day with putting my different acts in a folder, but I would not do that as it is too much navigating. First, just have all your guild halls and your general maps in a bigger folder so that you can quickly access them if you want to. Now we will start with the meat grinder. If we look at it, the mission does not have any acts. It has mustering, arena. So we don't need to do much. We have our arenas. It will quickly go into this one and then go into a arena. A arena, after I used it for one time, has the following things in it. The merchant in the GM layer, Weka, which I usually sometimes delete when I port in the players, and a little text thing. I also have this little scene, just for some story purposes. And yeah, these are the arenas. Here you can see what it looks like after a game. This is the arena after a game before I have reset everything for the next mission. We have some tokens that we brought back. We have our players, shout out, free advertisement, and we have our little teleport circle. Now, how do we transport these players the best way? The best way is always copy your tokens and then move them. You need to click somewhere on the page first. Boom, paste in your tokens. If your maps have different grid sizes, first, Y. And second, you can select them all and resize them as you wish. After you did that, then move the players over. Don't have them always, like every scene, drag in tokens, just copy and paste them. You will see this page. If you have a combat-heavy mission, I heavily recommend setting up something like this. This is my token page. As you can see, all of these are sized correctly already on the token page. And what this allows me is to very quickly get the next encounter going. I've set up all of these that their HP are not linked. I do this through a script. So I just go to a page and select all of these things, quickly get rid of the text, and then I just use the command fix -bars. And it will set up all of their bars to be their AC, their passive perception, and their HP not linked. Players go in. We want to encounter. Just go here. Take your encounter. Control C, copy. Go back to your players. Go to the GM layer. Orient them in a way that you want. Let's say these guys are kind of going into an echelon right formation with the Cold Fanatic behind. Great. Combat starts. Change layer tokens. This also means that after the mission is done, you can just select everything, delete. No need to make sure that you keep something because you will need it. All the tokens are either here or, for me at least, set into one of these folders if I need it. The meat grinder does have Weka as a character with his token setup. Let's go for a more story-heavy mission, which would be the replenishment. The replenishment has a proper act structure. This means we have 3 acts that all have their own requirements. We will again just start in mastering, but we see we will go to a inn. The first stop is an inn just before the city. How I have set this up? Very simple. We have Act 1. Act 1 contains the inn. We need to give it a bit to load. But once it has done that, we can take a look. Oh, we just go to the night map. Maybe that one loads quicker. Yes. This very simple allows us to just copy our tokens. There we go. And move our players. For this map, I only have a single NPC that they interact with in a way that needs any fixing, which is Gorgak over here, which will sometimes fight them, but we can just, after they punch him a bit, reset him to full health. It takes nothing. I have all of these tokens for NPCs. I do keep them between games because for the next ones that run this mission, I will just move them around a bit. I always put them into some different places to make it interesting, and I copy my players in outside here. I also do have one little trick. I do have multiple levels here, so I do have another day version, I do have another night one, and I do have one with an arena that I can cycle through. That's mainly if I want to, if anything in the mission warrants that I go, okay, I want to use the arena version. So I just cycle through. I now have a little, not arena, but stage. I will need to reorient some tokens, but in general, this allows me to quickly change the mood. I can go for the roof if my players go out here and I just want to make all of this fine, but then you need to move the tokens, so roofs are sometimes iffy. And I have a night version. Why do I have this here, the upper version? This is mainly if I ever come to a point where the players are, I don't know, exhausted or just for roleplay purposes want to rest in the day. After this, we move on to Act 2. Act 2 is a bit of the same. It has the same map always. It again has the NPCs that I will orient around the map. This is important for this one because they have to go there and talk to them. But this allows us to just very quickly copy, whoop, bring them over. Same for the map here. I can quickly copy them, put them around the campfire where I want. They are currently off with the hamster. And then port everyone over. Here, send to back. Just changes between day and night. Being 2 layers uploaded. Then we have the fight, which always uses these 2 tokens. So I can just heal them back to full. I don't need to set them up on a special page. It sometimes uses this horse, so that's on the GM layer chilling. What I will do, now that this mission is done, if I have the next one, move this to GM, I will delete all tokens. I will then go to the GM layer, delete that one, move the bullet, because it will always be over here, and put this back to grazing. And that's it. The entire scene is set back up. We can copy in players. Setting up everything in this act structure allows you to very easily just move players from, oh yeah, we are on this map. we go on this map, we go on this map, we go on this map. And then we can go back to mustering. Very easy. And very quickly gets our players where we want them. So this was a general guide on how to set up your different pages and what to do if you have encounters that you need a lot, that you require often, and how to, in general, just structure your room to make it a bit nicer. Another thing is you can, in your art library, make folders if you wish, but I would highly recommend, if you have some maps that you just sometimes change for flavor, upload multiple of them and just before the game, cycle through them until you get the one that you want. Yeah, that was how to structure your Roll20 room for good game flow. Obviously, your game flow also depends on how you run this game, but this is mainly about quickly getting everything organized, getting your players going. Also, if you have a lot more maps, I would start labeling them in a different way. Or making folders. But I highly recommend having them not in individually folders, because as I had for Pirate Detectives, yes, I can move them from here to here quick. But then we are on the docks. I need to copy them. Go here, go here, go here, go here. Place them in. Move the players. That's probably like 20 seconds that takes me, which in my opinion is just too much to not break immersion in a way. So that's a lot quicker. Obviously, if you don't want to do that or you don't care, you do you.